Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, everybody, and thank you for checking out this backtesting session that I am about to do. I'm actually going to be backtesting on the arbitrage charts, but I'm going to be doing technical analysis as I'm on the arbitrage charts. Um, and then I'll probably go to the left side and like just have the charts like this so that I can be able to look at the. I mean, it's difficult to actually do it that way. I'm probably going to end up just adding volume onto this chart because I do want to be able to look at the volume as well so that I could be studying the volume at the same time. And so, backtesting, what that is, and this is for those who don't know what backtesting is. Backtesting basically is when you're going back. It's like basketball practice, right? Or it's like practicing how to trade or your strategy, right? Because the only way that you can get better in trading, of course, is if you trade and if you practice and if you look at past data, because that's the only way how you can be able to predict. We're not predicting, but make your assumptions or your opinion about the market is by having past data that you're using to form an educated opinion. Because these markets, everything that we're doing, like even all this that I'm doing, and I love to say this before I start because people need to hear it, right? Everything that we're doing here is subjective, right? There is no right or wrong way how to trade in the markets, except for when you're losing. When you're losing, that's when you're doing something wrong, of course, right? But there is no true right or wrong way of how you have a strategy. And so when you do have a strategy, it is very important that you backtest and make sure that your strategy is working in the market, because if your strategy isn't working in the market, you're going to lose money. So, I needed that. My nose is a little stuffy this morning. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be backtesting EURJPY, and for you guys that know, I never backtest or I never trade EURJPY. Like the only time that I'll ever trade it is if somebody shows me it and I look at the market and I'm like, okay, this looks pretty decent, I'm going to take the trade. Other than that, I never ever trade EURJPY, and I just like backtesting pairs that I don't normally trade sometimes. But actually, it's not a good thing to do that if you want to, perfect your market, because that's what ultimately you want to do. But again, I just want to backtest because my strategy, how it should work in every market, whether if it's the crypto market, stock market, etc., etc. My strategy should be able to work in all those markets. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna be backtesting between the 5-minute time frame to the 1 hour time frame, but I'm going to be also looking at the higher time frames to form biases that as well. But I'm going to be backtesting via the higher time frames. Via the lower time frames. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm like my screen's right here. I'm going to be looking over here so you guys can see that I'm not looking. Well, actually, I just gotta keep going until the cursor won't let me go anymore. That's what I'm talking about shortly. I forgot that I don't need to do that on here. So. All right. No, it's still letting me go. Awesome. Until it won't let me go any further, that's where I'm going to stop at. And then I'm going to do it again. There you go. Oh, no, it's still letting me go. Awesome. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. And then I'm going to do it one more time. And you guys can see, I don't know where price is at. I don't know what price is doing, none of that stuff. So this is actually perfect that I'm doing it this way. And of course, we're on the lower time frame, so it's like, oh, it's gonna be more recent price action. But again, I don't trade EURJPY ever, so that's the reason why I'm even more comfortable doing this randomly. Okay, right here. Right here's where I'm gonna stop. Reset the chart. Currently, this is February 24th, 2022, 5-minute time frame. Cool. So let's go into the daily time frame, see what's going on. So EURJPY seems like, oh my goodness, this is an extremely large wick to the downside. Everything is on level pro, and hold on, let me move the way I don't need to make up. Everything on the level pro, and the arbitrage Z is pointing to the downside, saying that this price is gonna go bearish. Right now, we have a large wick rejecting off of the lower danger zone right here, which, you know what? I'm actually going to do this. Gonna do this first. Let me chart up real quick, draw some zones. In levels that I'm seeing, and then I'll throw on RB. Ooh, what am I doing? There you go. Rejected off of this zone, pushed to the downside. With support right here, price left a large wick to the downside. Let me change this. Of course, I'm gonna draw a fib right here, just cause, but I'm probably gonna hide it. All right. Rejected off of this zone, 78.6, of course. Not surprised about that at all. Okay. I'm actually going to, like I said, I'm going to throw volume on here. Volume, visible range. I'm even going to put session. I'll look at that. Tap into that a little deeper. All right, so high volume off of this candle, large wick to the downside. When I see stuff like that, I'm like, okay, this is probably going to continue pushing to the upside. If it's going to leave a large wick like that, this looks like it's going to like reverse right here, right now. You know, going on to the 4-hour time frame. Large candle, large volume, but the very next candle, it's just like a large wick to the upside with large volume. Like volume, there's very large movement going on in the market, and I couldn't tell you what's going on in the market that's making price move like this. I couldn't tell you, but that's not my concern right now. So, yeah, I would definitely have been looking for buying possibilities over here. On the 1-hour time frame, yeah, I definitely like this possibility for a buy. I would say that I want to wait for this structure here to get broken. If I can get a retracement, then I can get a push to the upside. That would be amazing, because that would match up with this type of fib right here that I would have set up. So I would want, again, I would want that retracement to the downside and then a continuation. Now I'm going to go back to the daily time frame. What I'm going to do is I have my zones drawn out and I have everything that I need. I'm going to throw this fib away because I know that anywhere between 128.600 and 129.580, that's where I'm looking for buying opportunities and for price to continue going bullish, right? So since I want to see that, oh yeah, my bad. Let me go on to the daily time frame. I'm actually going to draw these out so that we know that that's where I'm looking for. Okay, I can still look for buys here for long-term buy possibility. Because, like I said, this wick with that volume, I feel like this is going to take off. So let me go ahead and hide the fib. Put RB back on. Let's see where point of control is at. But when I have all this, price just hit the point of control where all the volume was sitting at. A little bit lower down here. I don't think that price would go down and get that. Let me get more price up in here real quick. Yeah. Price is basically where all the volume is sitting at. We'll see what's going to happen right now. Okay, so, and I know this sounds kind of complicated, but it's just, again, the more you practice it, it's easier. I'm not necessarily here to teach. I'm just here to show what my process looks like. This is what my process looks like. So, all right, so arbitrage, 4-hour time frame, definitely not ready for a buy yet. Daily time frame, let me wait for it to pop up, and then I'm gonna actually get everything else back up on here. Yeah, right now price is underneath that RSI line. Price was rejecting off of this for a pretty good amount of days. I would have tried to buy this. I would have risked it. Oh yeah, because everything over here was still calling for sales. Yeah, I would have risked it if I was actually looking at that. So yeah, 4-hour time frame, definitely nowhere near ready for any type of buys right now. It's very much bearish. This was a good play for a sell as well. Wow. EURJPY is playing good. Those time frames. All right, 1-hour time frame. All right. 1-hour time frame, still not quite ready yet for the buy either. So but we're seeing some type of moves to the upside, and I love this break of structure again. So again, I'm okay with waiting for a price to retrace a little bit before going bullish. 30-minute time frame probably has already played out. I would not have played it. Let me see what it looks like. Oh, okay. Sure, Arby. Like, just don't pop up. What the heck? Come on. Thank you. All right, so, ooh, this would be perfect if price comes back. Okay, we got the buy for EURJPY. Yes, it has hit the mean line, but no matter what, on RB, I always look for, let me do this instead. I always look for the breakout, the retracement, and then the continuation on RB nonetheless. So even if price does come down over here, I'll probably look for an entry, and then even I'll look for an entry over here once I get the bounce up. So we'll see what that looks like right now. So that's the 30-minute time frame. Let me look at the 15-minute real quick. Oh, let me get rid of this drawing. Wait. Yeah, price went bullish. I would have rather preferred price to come a little lower before looking for a buy opportunity. But realistically, this Hold on. Let me see. I gotta line it up. Okay. Realistically, let me see where this line is at. We can't lose. Okay, nobody change you. So right here is where the buy call happened. Let me even see. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, right there, everything was calling buys even before the signal came through, and price was above the RSI line. So I could have gone into that buy right here, like over, like even on these candles right here, the retest right here. Even if I wanted to be like, okay, if price comes back down here, I'm gonna get in at that same entry. I could have got in for sure. Let me see what the arbitrage looks like. Yeah, because the RSI line was above it, and I was seeing that this was climbing towards the upside as well. Yeah, I could have definitely have taken that trade for sure. So, but that's just backtesting stuff, right? So let's see what the 15 minutes is gonna do right now. Well, actually, let's see what the. No, I want to stay off. I kind of want to stay off the 5-minute time frame, okay? Actually, no, I don't, because I could find some scalp opportunities if they arise. So let's see what happens. Okay, price call for a sell. Retracement. Let me see what these look like. No, that's not ready yet. That's not ready yet either. Okay. Gotta keep going. But that's gonna push to the downside probably. Yeah. It wasn't ready. I'm glad that that was a no play. But what time is it right now? 7:45. Or no, this is 6:45, I think. Yeah, 6:45. So from the upside to down here. Hiding that real quick. I want to play this move right here real quick. I'm playing everything that I see right now. And it's because I'm backtesting, and that's kind of how I'm playing the markets right now, actually. Well, not everything, because if I did play everything, then I'd probably be up more this week, but it's okay. 71% watching to see how this plays out. I don't like this big bullish move right here. Let me actually take off RB real quick before I continue with this. And let me go over here and see where the volume is at. Okay, volume is right at that point of control. Let me see when I spread this out, put more pricing in. Volume is to the downside. I love seeing that. Awesome. Good, good. I love seeing that. Okay. And then yesterday's volume is down here as well. Okay, I like seeing that confluence. I'm gonna go ahead and also throw in regular volume. And this move, big candle, didn't have that much volume in it. Yeah, I'm gonna play this sell. I'm gonna put a 1% risk on it. I'm just gonna play. I'm playing everything 1% for backtesting. So 1% on it. Oh, no! Oh, that would have hurt me in real life. That would have hurt me so bad in real life because it didn't hit my entry. It didn't even hit the 71%. So that would have hurt me in real life. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But that was clean. Y'all, that was clean. That was clean. Damn. Ooh. But and I always say this, it's just depending on what type of trader you are, right? Anywhere inside this zone, anywhere inside this zone right here, anywhere inside that zone, you can go ahead and take that play. Anywhere inside that 61.8 and 78.6, you can play it. You know, some people, I tell them, hey, if you want to get it in, if you want to try to get in at the 61.8, why not spread out your position? So you have, like, let's say 30% of what you're risking. So I'm risking 1% of my account right here. What happens if you want to go and let's say that, oh, well, I'm just going to go ahead and stack my positions, which is at the 61.8 Fibonacci level. That's, you put 30% of what you're risking. So if it's 1% of a $10,000 account, that means you're risking $100. So you would be putting $30 at this position with this same stop loss. Then at the 71% Fibonacci, you put another 30% of your position, and so now you have 60% off of what you were totally looking at. And then at the 78.6, you put 40%. That's stacking your position so that you could be able to get all three positions. And I mean, you would not have gotten all of the money that you would have wanted to make, but you would have made some off of this. But this was just beautiful right here. This was just a beautiful play right here. Like, and that was a good call on the volume. Let me go ahead and see where this is at right now. Yeah, it just hit that volume right there, like off of just this small time, off of this small play. It just smacked that volume right there. That was clean, man. Volume doesn't lie. I've been getting really into volume a lot. All right, and even, yeah, so for the daily session so far, that's where the volume's at. Damn, that was just a clean play. Okay, so I gotta write this note, and then I gotta send it to my backtesting folder. So no entry, price hit 61.8 and dropped. Possible stack up. But I don't stack. I just like to say that it's a possible opportunity. But I don't stack. I just want to get my one entry, and if I miss it, then it is what it is. And I'll be butthurt if I gotta be. But anyways, give me a second, man. I don't know. Oh man, where's my sanitizer? I don't know where my sanitizer is at, and I would love that. I'll be right back. I can't fake humble just because your ass is insecure. All right, so this bearish move to the downside, I love the volume that I saw here, and price continue pushing to the downside. The retracement, I want to see what it's gonna look like. So this was a no entry. I forgot that I gotta send this. All right, for some odd reason, thank you. 11. Hold on, give me a second. Let me respond to my wife real quick. 11:30. Okay. So, no trade. I already took a screenshot of that. I don't know why. There we go. Maybe that'll be better. Where is my? There you are. Okay, so now that we have this all right here, I'm still gonna have this line just in case if price does end up coming back to hit the 78.6 to see how if we could possibly play that. Still gonna have that up there. I don't necessarily like playing those type of moves, but I'm gonna have it there regardless. I already have the zone drawn out actually, so I don't even know why I drew that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off the volume for now. I'm gonna throw RB back on. This is what the 5-minute looks like. The buy call, dang, you called that buy real quick, but I would not probably have played that. Wait, let me see. Ooh, RB would have been saying low key buy it. So, I mean, it's hard for me to say that I wouldn't have tried to play it. Give me a second. But yeah. From the upside to the downside of this bearish move, and there was a good amount of volume in there. I want to see what price is gonna do. Let me do this too. I'm gonna do this over here. I'm probably gonna be reusing it. I want to see price do this right now. If it can make this move, then I'm probably gonna put some type of risk on here. Oh my god. And then, so yeah, if I want to see that type of play right now, we see what the 15-minute time frame looks like. 15-minute time frame looks like this might be a possible stop hunt to the downside, but it's also setting up for a potential sell. So let me actually go on over here and put some. I'm gonna put the regular volume on. I want to see what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put half risk on this since it's a 5-minute play right now, and it's not even an ideal trading time, but it's just because I'm back testing everything, and I'm touching and I'm hitting everything. Okay, so hit the 61.8 again. 61.8 got hit 1-to-1. Yeah, and what I mean by that, and that happened twice. So this first play, 1-to-1 hit, and what I mean by that, so this is how I'd play it, right? If I would have taken the trade at the 61.8 Fibonacci level, my stop loss is going to be over here at 129.571. That's a 15 pip stop loss. So that's how much I'm risking. And if it was 1% of, and it's a $10,000 account, you're risking $100. Just to make it simple, 15 pips. Where is that going to be at? Right at the 23.6 Fibonacci level. That means that whatever I was risking, I've made it once price gets to that 23.6 off of the 61.8 Fibonacci level. Again, this is just another opportunity where I could have just stacked positions and not made everything. And again, I just record those things, but I don't really care. I want to get my full money's worth at the 78.6 rather than trying to shoot at every single Fibonacci zones like that. You know what I'm saying? But and then let me see what the volume looks like with this. volume is pretty like it's there, but it's again it's not even the New York session where everything moves hardcore. So and it's not London session either. So 5 minute time frame calling for the sell. Not surprised at all. Price is pushing to the downside. Made a double bottom. So now let's see how much the risk reward is right here. So this is a 1 to 1.59. So that means you made 1.5 what you were risking. And of course, I always say no matter what, once you hit 1 to 1 of most of your trades, move your stop loss to break even, right? So that's what I always say. But anyways, sell called on the 5 minute time frame. Let's go on the 15 minute time frame real quick. 15 minute time frame just call for the sell. So this play is not going to be applicable for me anymore because again, it's hit the 61.8. Usually once those the 61.8 or the 71%, if one of those get hit and I'm trying to play the 78.6 Fibonacci level, I'm more than likely not going to. I'm more than likely not going to be playing the move because I'm like I want to get the once that 1 to 1 hits, I'm just like okay, it is what it is at that point. But anyways, so EURJPY, I definitely. Hold on. I this off. So yeah, bearish EURJPY getting called right now. RSI line is down below ground zero on the RSI line, but over here, Lolo Pro isn't quite convinced yet. So, but I do like the 15 minutes calling for a sell, and I still want price to push to the downside overall. So I like what I'm seeing so far on price, but I still need my break, retest, continuation on RB. So let's see what happens. Okay, we got the retracement on RB. Let's see what this looks like. This is not quite ready yet. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Nah, it's not ready yet. Once it gets ready, I'll get in. Oh, it's giving me red purple candles, but this is pointing upwards. I don't like that. There you go. I like seeing that better. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get in right here. I'm okay with losing a couple of pips. Gonna go ahead and draw that up. I'm gonna go ahead and put the big profit right here. And the reason I'm gonna do it like this because if price does it decide to go a little lower, then I'm gonna make some money that can help me take care of some of the losses that I will incur. Because this is kind of risky because this level pro isn't quite ready yet, but it's pointing to the downside now, which is what I like to see. But the Arbitrage Z is all ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this off and see how this goes. And again, if Barbie tells me to get out early, I get out early. Let me see what the 30-minute time frame actually looks like real quick. RSI lines right there. Okay, let me see. We'll see what happens because, of course, once price gets to the mean line, that means stop loss at break even. With RB, it's different. I don't wait for a 1 to 1 with RB. I wait until that mean line gets hit because I know that mean line price can turn around. All right, so let's see what goes down. Okay, there we go. I like seeing that. That means I'm moving my stop loss to break even. Now, I was risking 49 pips, right? But prices move to the downside, and I have to play with the guidelines no matter what. Like it just has to be that way. And so I am, how many pips? 13 pips. You know, that's basically 13. What's 13 times 3? That's 3 times less of 1-to-1. But nonetheless, move my stop loss to break even, take 20% partial profits here. It's fine. You know, that's again, that's just how the marketplace is. Watch, it could possibly turn around right here, but as of right now, Lolo Pro and RBZ are saying now this is going to keep pushing to the downside. And let me see what the volume profile looks like again when I add more pricing. Where's it at? When I add more pricing to this, volume's up there. But then when I only enclose it to over here, volume, there's volume down here. So definitely want to see what this is going to play out to be. There's not that much volume in the market right now, though. So, and there you go. Stop loss got hit at break even. It's okay. Made some kind of money. You know, again, it's the 15-minute time frame. I'm not gonna lose sleep over 15-minute time frame. Stop loss getting hit at break even. Price could still end up dropping, but I'm good off of it right now. That's why, again, right here, once price gets, I have to play this system. That's how the system works. All right, so let's see what goes on. Price push to the downside, it's totally fine. You know, there's some people that are like, you know what? No, I'm not going to get out the trade until RB calls for the exit, and that's totally fine. You know, that's totally fine play. I'm good off of that though. I'm more of a whatever my system is, I'm gonna play it. And if I see another play, like look right here, if I go onto the 5-minute time frame, if I was paying close attention, price again came up to the 61.8 Fibonacci level, pushed down to the downside. You know, another possibility for me to stack, but it's okay. So, like once you're disciplined enough and you have your rules and you stick to your rules, everything becomes like, it's fine. So let's go ahead and actually put RB off, put volume back on. Let me write notes right here real quick. RB, sell, RB, 15-minute sell, risk 1%, took 20% partial profits at 1 to 0.3. Because that's basically what, again, like I said, it's 3 times less what 1% of what I was actually risking. But once you're risk free in a trade, it's like you're not risking anything. So the risk to reward once you go break even is like the number is ridiculous. So let me go ahead and put this in my chat. Okay, so all right, so let's see what now this looks like. The downside right now. If price were to bounce off right here, it'd have to retrace back up before continuing to the downside, because I do want to look at both sides of the table. But of course, that's not what we're looking at right now. Price making that move to the downside, like how I would have, like how I wanted it to. I love seeing it. Give me a second. So let me come back over here. Throw that out. Throw that out. All right, yeah. There you go. So still looking for this play. Price is moving pretty nicely down there. Right now, it's currently London session, so volume kicked in. That's natural. Okay. It goes down. Okay. Price pushes back up. Let me put Arby back on real quick. Amazon is the street. And I got pressure on. Remember how I threw those fibs up earlier? Let me see if they're up here. I don't think they are. I'm just gonna use this. So on the 1 hour time frame, or let me go to the let me go to the 1 hour. One hour time frame price is bullish right now. Oof. And this was a good play. This is why I should have looked through all of the time frames. But remember, actually, no. Because remember what I said? I said I wanted price to push down lower for the 1 hour, and then I get in once price starts pushing to the upside. So it's okay. I'm totally fine with price not doing what I needed it to do. So 1 hour time frame, if I would have looked at it, I probably would have got in a position right here and then waited for another position down over here. But prices was going bullish. That's damn. That's a good play. That was a good play on Arby for reals. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. Delete that. Go over here. I mean, price is just double top, so let's see what happened. What happens right here? The 1 hour. I like that bullish move, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay. All right. Okay. So price continue going bullish. Now that price has done that and continue going bullish, right now it's currently at the upper danger zone on the 1 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame. Price is currently at. Let me delete all this other stuff over here. That's not needed any longer. So again, this was all in your zone where buying possibilities you were looking for overall, but the lower time frame scalps were possible as well. So 4 hour time frame prices above RSI line. This is calling for buys, all good for buys, and this has one above RSI line, but I still want to see a retracement, low-key. So the possibility for a sell now does exist because price was making lower highs and lower lows on the 4 hour. So let's go ahead and go on to higher time frames and let's bring in volume. Okay, so there's equal highs right here. There's equal highs, and that's where volume's at. So that definitely means that these are going to get ran through, to say the least. Okay, so that's something that I'm definitely going to be noting. I want to put this up here. Leave it over here. Yeah, I'm just gonna put this lower. Just gonna put it right here. So let's see what's good. What price is gonna do. Price retrace is right now at 71%. I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot my shot. Back testing purposes, so I can write notes and say that, yo, you don't want to try to get into these type of plays. Or if I could just throw everything at it, throw a 1-to-1 at everything. So 1% right there. RB 1 hour time frame again is at RSI line. 4 hour just passed through the RSI line as well. 1 hour through 1 hour through 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure is all bearish. Volume is up here with this current price action. Let me get more pricing in. Where's more volume at? To the downside still. Okay, that's good. With all this price action, price is still to the downside. That's great to see for me. Okay. Volume starting to pick up, but nothing too crazy. Everything's going for buys on RB right now. Bring this in. Volume is right here. Yeah, volume's still down here. That's going to be actually perfect for me to get a 1-to-1 if this plays out. Volume's still down here too. Okay. Or actually, no, this volume got hit and then price pushed to the upside once it did get hit. It's funny. So we'll see what goes on. Let's go! Oh, that's clean. Oh, that is clean. Hold on. I gotta go back because you know why I gotta go back? There's no way that my magic keys would not have given me my money, so I gotta calculate this. Oh, that was clean. Bro, and again, this is what I say that no matter what my strategy should work on any markets, this is what I mean. And this is, and that excitement that you just saw, that's the type of excitement that when I say that you have to treat your demo account with your live account as well, you have to display. Because look at that. Right as soon as we get in, even if you would have got in and just had a sell limit in, you would have just had a couple of pips going in, and reading the volume with that was clean, bro. This is why having multiple confluences is key, man. Oh man. So I'm gonna go ahead. So I was risking 60 pips. Price dropped immediately for 143 pips. 60 pips, 140. So that's more than a 1-to-2 risk to reward. 1-to-1, I'm taking partial profits. Hold on, let me see. 50 pips is 1-to-1. Let's get what this is going to be. Right there. Okay. Boom. That's where 1-to-1, 30% partials. And you know, the reason why, and this is why taking partials is important, and I play the market this way. Even when those 1-to-1s hit and then your stop loss gets hit at break even, but you're throwing your shots at everything, I haven't taken a loss yet. I've taken I've placed 5 orders so far, total, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me actually go back to 1, 2. I've taken 2 orders. I've taken 2 orders that, no, taken 3 orders. I do remember I didn't take a picture of it, but I was just showing those examples. I'm like, I know those hit quite often, but I've taken 3 orders previously. I've gotten into a trade, it was profitable. All the trades that I wanted to get into, I didn't get into them because they didn't hit my entry, but they hit my zones multiple times. These are the ones that I live for, because you see how easy it was for me to get a 1-to-1. Now, I'm not showing that getting a 1-to-1 off of that 61.8 is going to be easy, because you're almost right there. If I would have gone into the 61.8, there's no way my stop loss wouldn't be at break even when price does this. There's absolutely no way. But I got my 1-to-1 at 60 pips rather than 143 pips. Or no, 1-to-1 is actually 151 pips. So you see what I mean? That's why I be going for only. That's why I be only aiming for the 78.6 when it comes to these type of moves now. Honestly. And again, let's just throw Arby back on here, man. Hitting that RSI line with this type of play, and I see that move, and then I read the volume right with it. Like, that's beautiful, because I could have played this both ways. I could have played the buy on RB right here, not get my other entry right here, but that's okay because I have the RB play. And then over here, reading the fibs with the push to the downside with the volume, push to the, man, come on. That's deadly. That's why, like, again, guys, like, for those who are still on the fence about joining Next Wave, or for those of you who like are watching this and you guys are like, yo, like, I want to give up on trading, like, there's still always so much to learn. And guys, you guys are seeing but anyway, I'll continue with it. So 1-to-1 right there for sure. Then with 1-to-2 risk to reward, so that means that this is 2 times of what you were risking is right here. Oh, I think I had this up a little higher for a reason. It's whatever. It's whatever. I'm just gonna leave it there. And then right here is 1-to-2. Okay, so 1-to-2, 30% partial profits. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see how this continues out. 4-hour time frame. Let's see. Is it ready for a buy yet? No, it's not. Daily time frame is not ready either. Daily time frame is definitely not ready. And let's look at the weekly. Oh my God, I don't know why I turned on the weekly, because now it just showed me that my take profit is going to smack. But it's okay. It's just that I just gotta remember that that's what happens. So I want to point out one thing though. Oh, I got the volume for these two kicked off. I got 1-to-2 risk rewards. I mean, I got 1-to-2. I got 2-to-1, which is, or no, I don't like saying 2-to-1. I don't like saying 2-to-1 reward to risk. I like saying 1-to-2 risk to reward. What I risked, I made double off of that. I like saying that. I said that's just me personally. But let's see what this volume looks like too with this candle. Dang, what is this volume? No, I don't like seeing that. There's no volume with this candle. I don't like seeing that. 30-minute time frame. Let me see what this looks like. Please show me volume on the lower time frames. There's no volume with this large candle. So this means that this is market manipulation. There is no volume with this. What? That's crazy. All right, let me see on the lower time frames if there was a. Oh no! I accidentally pressed the 5 minute. Let me go back to that. Let me go back to that pricing because I still have. I'm pretty sure the entry and stuff over there. I'm kind of upset that that happened. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Okay. Try my hardest not to look over there. I promise. Okay. Yeah, that's the reason why you have to be very careful with trading view backtesting, because if you go too deep or too low into the time frames, it's gonna say that we don't have that data anymore for you to go and backtest on that time frame. You could do it on the higher time frames more than likely, but on the smaller time frames, this is a whole lot of data. This is a whole lot of data when you really like. So it's like, yeah, I can see why they do that, right? So, anyways, price is basically at that 23.6. 1 to 2 got hit at this point. Stop losses that break even. Whatever happens to the trade happens to the trade. Yeah. 5 minute time frame, would it have given us an entry? Absolutely not. It would have told us to get out the trade. Yeah, it would have told us to get out the trade. 15-minute time frame. Yeah, no, it wouldn't have. 30-minute time frame. And this is why this is why I love my technical analysis. And then once I find a time frame that matches with it, and then volume, and then the higher time frames are still all bearish, I still have that bearish bias. So, all right, so let's see what continues with this. I'm going to go on to the 15. Embrace the pressure. Okay, volume's picking up. I'm gonna have to. Excuse me. Okay, Parker. There we go. Okay, volume's picking up as prices rising, but the candle isn't showing. That's market manipulation. Okay, not surprised that price is gonna push up right here. What the 5 minute looks like. Call for the exit. That would be a great sign for you if you're trying to take the buy to get out the trade. Because the higher everything else is calling for sales right now. Yep. Okay, things are setting up for a possible buy play on the 15-minute time frame, but I'm not really looking for that. I actually want to see what the big volume is at on the daily. Damn, price volume is down here, huh? Its volume over here is still up, but the price was just up there. Okay, so volume was down here. It just grabbed that volume. Volume is still down there, and it grabbed it. Volume is still lower. Yeah, price is still definitely pushed out a little lower. Okay, I see that. Yeah. but it really smacked that volume right there. Yeah, that's fire. Smack the volume and retraced. Okay, I see what I needed to see. Throw back RB on there. I'm gonna leave that volume on there. I could read this with that on there. And for those who can't, all right. So yeah, higher time frames are still very much bearish. So I'm gonna go ahead and 1 hour time frame still bearish. Let me see what the 30-minute looks like. 30-minute time frame still bearish. Let me see what it's gonna do. I'm just gonna note what it does. Because this bearish move right here, you already know this is what I'm looking for. Volume is increasing as price is increasing. This move is going to be valid. Ooh, this is possible. Our sideline's above. That's above. Yeah, I'm gonna take this buy opportunity right here as well. Told you, I'm playing everything I see right now. Stop loss beneath right there. 1 to 2 is fine. Once price gets to the RSI line, stop loss at break even. Let's go. There we go. I like that, man. I love it. All right, so stop loss at break even. So first of all, I gotta get rid of these lines right here real quick. So I risked 43 pips. Still haven't taken a loss. $25 pips. I was risking 43. I like that I made that much more. So that means that if I would have had a stop loss like this, it would have been more than fine. But it's all good. So stop loss at break even. I took I'm taking 20% partial profits here. Okay, risk 1%. That's why this game all fucked up. Fort Knox. Ooh, damn. That's clean. That's clean right there. Pips. Once price hits right there, I'm taking 50% off the trade. Percent partials. And just because I'm looking for sales right here, I'm actually going to take 70% partials. Actually, you know what? No, 50% partials. Because now that I got this play off of RB, I'm still looking for sales right here. So told you, I'm throwing shots at everything, and I'm okay with whatever I take a loss at because I'm gonna take notes of it. Okay. Oh, let me actually write my notes. Bought into the sell limit with 15-minute RB. There we go, there we go. Copy chart. Still in the sell. Price still has not hit stop loss at break even yet. And I'm gonna get into this sell right here. And just like that, price is turning back to the downside. That's why you take partials right there. 30-minute time frame, I'm pretty sure is still calling for sales. Probably price hit that RSI line. Oh, they hit upper danger zone over there as well. Let's see what happens. Still in the buy and still in the sell. Hedging the play. Probably gonna have to start really soon. Stop loss hit break even. It's totally fine. Let me go ahead and write that over there. That was a good play though, man. Oh, 1-to-1 definitely hit off that 61.8. Or no, it hasn't, not yet. But if I was in the trade, I would have probably. Yeah, no, actually not. Okay. There you go. There's 1-to-1 for the 61.8 Fibonacci level. And again, guys, you guys were seeing it how many times that 61.8 Fibonacci is getting hit. So if you want to implement that 61.8, implement it. But again, I just like going for the 33 pips instead of the how many, because it makes up for the ones that I missed. And I'm still in this trade. I'm still live and direct in that trade. Let me see what the 5-minute was talking about real quick. I don't necessarily like trading off the 5-minute. It just gives too many false signals, and I'm good off of it, honestly. I'm good off of the 5-minute. I'd rather be on the 15. Okay, so this bearish move right here. I see the fibs. I see the buy possibility right here. Do I necessarily want to play it? No, I'm good, kind of. Ooh, retracement. See what this looks like. No volume. No, I'm good. Things are pointing to the downside, and this is not clear. I'd be looking more for the sells and the buys at this point. I do see this possibility right here, but that's just getting iffy with it at that point. Things are starting to turn around for a buy. No, never mind, I lied. Yeah, see? The no call. I'm okay with price doing with that right there. And that's exactly why you don't play anything when you don't get the confirmations. Exactly why. Okay, that's good though. So now I'm gonna need this fib to come back. Let me get rid of RB real quick. Stop loss from here. Here was, yep, so 60 times 3 is 180. Ah, right there. It's funny. So this is now for this sell. This was for the one sell. I mean, that's for that one buy. And get those things back on. Did some pretty good back testing, man. 0 losses. Got some pretty decent money out of the market. If I were to go back and... Oh, did I delete the other one? No, I don't think I did. There it is. Okay, cool. So this is 1 to 3 partials. Okay, so that's 1 to 3, 30% partial profits. Definitely a solid play for the sell. Now, we made money off of that. Let's look at the flip side of things, because price did break some structure. And remember, I was looking for price to come down before continuing bullish. But since it made that push to the downside, I want to see now what this is going to look like. Okay, so right now, price just passed below that 78.6. Hide all those. Let me make sure my short position is still here. Did I delete it? I definitely did by accident. There we go. What did I add? Okay, that's why I added. Okay, there you go. There you go. Birch. Okay. 71% just got hit. Price pushed to the downside lower. Right now, I am not liking the price action volume is increasing as volume is increasing as well. What time is it during the day? Right now, it is 4:34 a.m. The London session just happened. Price pushed to the downside like that. I'm not looking to sell. I'm not looking to buy yet. I don't like how prices just drop down like that. I'm not looking to buy it, especially off of that sell play. I'm not looking to. Let me see something. The volume's up here. Volume is up there. Volume is up here. You know what? Like I said, I'm shooting at everything. And whatever losses I take, I'll take them. Haven't taken one yet, so we can afford to lose. I'm going to go ahead and get in this trade, and I'm going to say that I'm going to draw down right now. Now, I do have to note that let me actually put on Arby now, and I'm going to tell you how much I'm going to risk off of this. Because I do know that I'm in the trade, and I do know that I'm in drawdown, but I do have Arby to tell me, yo, do not get in this trade. So that I can determine what risk I'm going to put, but I'm putting everything 1%. So I am going to take this buy because this is a 1 hour play right here, realistically. 1 hour time frame, and like everything is calling for sales right now. So Arby isn't going to help with my decision making at this point. Once that happens, that's when I'm like, okay, that's when I have to kind of not put Arby in the situation, just go with technical analysis. Volume is increasing, its price is decreasing, not the best sign, but there's not a lot of volume. As you can see, the volume is lower. And again, we have the point of control, the volume for the day up here, and also point of control is up here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take this buy. I have a lot of confluences for TA calling for buys. Let's see what's up. Come on, don't do this. It's gonna do this. It's gonna hit my stop loss. Did it? Yep, it did. It wicked it. It wicked my stop loss. So it's okay. That's first loss. So minus 1%. So gonna put the volume was decreasing. This could have just been market manipulation and price is gonna push to the upside. But guess what? I still have my other trade running. I still have my other sell running. So since I have my sell running, I could afford to be okay, whatever I lost here, let me try to take some off of my currently running trade so that it can soften that blow. And that's what I mean by when you shoot at everything and you take partials, it's going to cushion the blow for when you do take the loss. Because that's the first loss I've taken on this whole backtesting session. And I've been on here for almost, I'm pretty sure I've been on here for at least an hour. So price pushed down to 220 pips basically, and we were risking 60. So 60 times 4, okay, it's a 1 to 3.5 risk reward where it's currently at. So again, I'll soften the blow with whatever money I've made off of the sell that I'm currently in, just to soften that blow. And I do, again, I have to mention, I did say that Arbitrage was saying that do not get in this trade. So that's just something that I have to pay attention to next time. I do believe that most of the trades that I have gone into had some type of confluence with RB saying that yes, get in it, and maybe one that wasn't ready, but I was able to get in it. So again, I'm just like hitting everything right now. So let's see. That's okay. I actually forgot that I need to write down the notes of the loss. RB said no. Volume wasn't best looking, but VRVP and SVP was to upside. And that's just a note because I can't, like, those are just things that you use for confirmation. Those aren't things that you're gonna say that, oh, this is the reason I lost the trade. You can't do that. No, like, that's a no-no. Like, it's just confluence, not gonna be right all the time. Okay. So that's my first loss. Go ahead and delete that. And then I'm gonna write over here. One to 3.5, 30 partials to soften loss. Okay, gonna put this over here real quick. Shorts. One hour time frame. Get rid of those. Oops. Soften loss. There we go. And I have my own like private channel where I put all my backtesting notes in there because it's way better for me to do that rather than for me to just write it down. It saves time because I'm probably going to be getting off pretty shortly. Okay, so let's see what goes on. Let's continue to see what goes on. I'm gonna go look at the 15-minute time frame. Price pushes lower. Love to see it. 274. So 240 is 1 to 4. Risk to reward. Super fire. Super fire call, sell call. 1 to 4, 30% partials. You can keep taking 30%. You'd be surprised at how long you can take 30% partials in a trade, especially depending on what your account size is. Okay. So, and then again, this more than likely would have already taken care of that loss that I just took. So, price continue to make lower lows. Let me go into the lower time frames to see what's going on. Wait, price pushed a total of how many pips? 275. 60 times 5 is 30, so it has to move 300 pips in order for it to be a 1 to 5. So not there yet. See, 5-minute call for a buy. That's cool, but I'm not paying attention to that right now. Take profit is still not there yet. Let me actually see. I'm sorry. Let me actually go back and take off Arby real quick. And I do need to see what the fibs look like, because this was a fib play, and I'm not necessarily taking partial profits on how the fibs would be placed, but it's okay. Okay. Okay, that's fine. It's getting to the extension shortly. I'm gonna actually leave that up. Let me get out of here. All right. Cole made you feel empowered, but he is not your savior. 15-minute time frame. I need to see this before I look for buys. Brian made you give his flowers, but he is not your savior. He is not your savior. Mr. Morale, give me high five. 2 times cynical, defendant, judging my life. Backpedaler, what they say you do to cha-cha. I'ma stand on it. Okay, good. 5-minute time frame played out nicely, but I'm okay with not playing good. Let me actually see. It even retest. I'm good. Yeah, I'm hella good off of not playing good. Oh, do I want to play this? Are you happy for me? Really? Are you happy for me? Not my face, man. Are you happy for me? Let me see what the rest of R we talking about. I forgot. RSI line not looking the greatest. Ooh, let me see what the next candle looks like. Yeah, sure. I'm in. Right where price is at. I'll think it's just a 1 to 3. Yeah, right now things are looking good for the buy. Oh yeah, that's 1 to 1, or not 1 to 1, but that's break even right there. Perfect. But where's my 1% at? Well, I know that everything that I'm taking is 1% of my account, so it's okay. And I'm not necessarily like tracking how much I'm making or anything. I can't do that. I would have to do that on something else, and I'm not trying to focus on doing all of that because that is a lot. I've taken a good amount of trades right now. I'm good with not trying to do that math right now. So 20% partials. break even. Let me get rid of these for the sell. And so we were risking 45 pips, but price went up 19 pips. So that's okay. Basically, you made 1 to 0.5 or whatever, or 1.0.4. Let's just call it that. But then as price comes back down, stop loss at break even got hit. There you go. Take a picture of that. Those little small things that are gonna help you soften the blow for the loss that you took. And then price probably, if price ends up going bullish again, it's okay. You know, hey, that's why maybe I should have got in right here instead of up here. But that's just because that's just me being safer, and it's okay. What happens if price just keeps going down? Like how it is. You see? Things happen for a reason. Or not that things happen for a reason. My system is in place for a reason. That's the reason why I have that system. The 30-minute time frame, I would not have played it. Let me see. Wait, let me see what the lower pro looks like before I say that. Right here. It would have been tricky. I would have probably got, if I got in at the on the 30-minute, I would have got out like right here. But yeah, so again, I have my system with RB for a reason. There's a reason why right here, that's my stop loss at break even. Because notice how price never came back up there. And then it just fell. I have my system for a reason. That's what backtesting does. That's why, again, like realistically, you should be backtesting or practicing trading at least 1 hour a day if you really want to get good. Like 10,000, the 10,000 hour rule is real. So it's like, and I haven't even eaten any breakfast yet. Like I woke up at like 7:30, and I haven't eaten any breakfast yet or anything like that. I'm just backtesting. Once I do this, this is like me going to the gym right now. Like, oh, this is me putting in the work and getting better. My 1% better each and every day. And that's what you should be striving for if you want to become a trader, because trading is a full-time job. Do not let anybody fool you. And trading is not easy. It is stressful being a full-time trader. Let me tell you that right now. It is it's like a full-time job. But the freedom that comes with it is what makes it like so worthwhile, right? So, but yeah, that was a good, perfect. Let's go ahead, and I think I already took a picture of it. Price continued pushing to the downside. Volume picked up. It's London session right now. Let's see what we have over here. Price double bottom. Yeah, nothing's going for buys right now on the higher time frames. And if I were personally to be looking for sells right now, I would want to see something like this. Let me see what lower time frames that was fed. The funk shall be within you. That hit that 71% nicely off that. Oh, I gotta play those small plays too. Let's drop. So funny. All right. So, with that being said, right there, price made that double bottom. Not even double bottom, actually came a little lower for the sell, 283 pips. Let me go ahead and stay on the 15-minute time frame for now. So now there's one thing about the 15-minute time frame that I would tell you right now. Once it starts to consolidate like this, I usually want to wait for a breakout to happen before I play anything. But let me actually come back over here. I'm sorry. All right. Take off RB. Oops, I don't need it. All right. Take off RB, put that off. TA volume. Let me get some volume profile on here. Volumes to the upside where these possible equal highs are at. Okay. Add more price into it. Volume is, there's still a whole lot of volume up here. So possible breakout to the upside is going to be potentially going to occur. Still have this volume up at these equal highs. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so despite that, let me see where the volume up for the day is. Okay, there's volume just sitting up here. I am looking for what this sell play is going to look like. Very interested to see that. So let's see what this is going to look like. As prices making lower highs, I'm going to keep expecting to make lower highs and lower lows. And look where this match lines up right with. Well, not right with it, but it's very close at 61.8. So let's see what this looks like. That was not 61.8, but that is though. $78.6 right there. Let's see if this plays out real quick. I'm not playing this, but I want to see if it plays out. I think it is. Never mind, it didn't. And that's why I don't like playing corrections like that. If I would have played it, I would have played it like half risk or quarter risk. Ooh, boy, hold on. Did it get me in? Did it get me in? I don't know why I didn't set it up, but did it get me in? I remember Gardena. I know Top Boy being mad at me. Look what you did. All right, let's see. Ooh, it didn't get me in. It did not get me in. Oh, that's depressing. And then it hit the 71 or 78.6 right there. It's probably gonna drop again. Oh, that's tough. Where does this end up going? Yeah, that's tough, man. All right, let me see. 71% is 51 pips. And this is why, like, 51 pips, like, 1-to-1 would have got hit right here. So that's why I've been like, do I want to be getting into entries at the 51%? Or would I rather just keep trying to go for my 78.6? But overall, this has been a very good backtesting session. Like, I've only taken one loss, and you guys see multiple instances where the 61.8 and the 71% will get hit and go and smack hardcore. Like this, like, go back and watch the tapes, you know? Go back and watch the tapes, study what I've done, and go and apply it to your charts as well. Price can potentially go bullish right here, where price is currently at. But if I go and drop RB on it, it's gonna say don't get into the buy yet. Damn, this buy right here, it would have taken me out the trade and still gone and hit some good take profits. But yeah, this is not telling me to buy, and it sucks that my entry didn't get hit, the 78.6. It came very close, but hey, it is what it is. Again, as I mentioned multiple times throughout this backtesting session, anywhere inside this zone, 61.8 through 78.6. And I say it all the time in my analysis, like every week, I swear. Like anywhere inside that zone, you can look for buys or sells. Let me find one more trade opportunity, and then I'm gonna be off because I'm getting hungry. Okay, Arby's going for a buy over here. Oh, let me actually note this. The chart image. Entry didn't hit, 71% smacked. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't play that, because this just keeps, it looks like it's just gonna keep going lower. Sheesh. Man, that 71% entry would have smacked. And again, this is multiple instances where y'all seen this. And again, if prices are gonna keep making lower highs and lower lows, just follow the trend. It is what it is, though. For my swing trade, however, 318 pips have been hit over here since we got in at like when? This was in 25th of February, and current price is at March 3rd. 318 pips. There was like about 4 trades in between this that we took. Let me get all my lines back on. Again, I want to find one more trade before I hop off. One to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 2. One more line. 1 to 1. Okay, take off RB real quick so that this looks way better to see it. Okay. $320, but 300 pips is what the 1 to 5 is. There it is. And again, depending on your account size, you'd be surprised at how many times you can take 30% partial profits on a trade. You'd be so surprised. And whatever losses that you may occur, and again, there has only been one loss I've taken this whole analysis, is going to soften the blow of those trades. That's why I love swing trades. And then also taking intradays. So total 318 pips drop, 1 to 5 risk to reward. So if you would have held the whole position from this top to where price is currently at, you would have made 5 times the amount of money that you risked. And I mean, as much as some people like to trade like that, I don't personally encourage it, because it's just like you're possibly leaving a lot of money on the table when you're not taking partials at the 1-to-1s. All right, still looking for a trade opportunity. I see that wick. I don't know why I went to the higher time frames, but okay. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and delete all these things right here now. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna hide these though. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. pull up. Thank you. All right, so everything is still very bearish. Let me see if I can find a trade on the 15. Price can push down right here, right now for a 1-to-1. Yep, it just did. I'm gonna show you guys right now. This is ASAP. I mean ASAP. I'm tripping. Absol. Absolutely the best. Yeah, that hit 1-to-1. That would have been a fire play to take, but it's okay. I know that I could take those any day of the week. I mean, this could have been a trade that, you know what? I'm just going to count this as a trade that I would have taken. And you know what? No, I'm not. I'm just going to leave it. It's okay. I don't got to take everything. All right. So right here, I am going to risk this, though. I feel like prices are going to turn around right here. So, and this is super risky, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm only taking this because I did say that I'm going to take one more trade before I get off, and I'm just tired and I want to get off. So I'm going to go ahead and risk my, I think it's 5 or 6-to-1. Versus, I mean, well, you guys saw a whole bunch of other setups as well, but I feel like this is going to go bullish pretty soon. I could have gotten at the 78.6, but it's okay. Ooh, don't do this. It hit the 78.6 1-to-1. I should have just got it at the 71%. Because look, 78.6. How many pips was it? 15 pips. I should have stayed with what I was doing the whole time instead of just being tired. It's okay. You guys heard my excuse. And 1-to-1 hit, 15 pips. That's so funny. It is what it is, though. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm hungry and I want to go eat some food before I go off and go and do some more grinding. But I hope that this backtesting session was good for y'all just as much as it was good for me. I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.